calling you here from Chile, South America.
Incredible.
We're very sad about Hulk Hogan. I was
Yeah,
Yes.
young
we are
kid.
too.
I was like 10 years old when I won like sweepstakes to see Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Randy Savage,
Incredible.
and man, I just really sad to see him go.
Hmm.
Saw him when Trump got elected, so that's something. Yeah, it's good memories, man.
Yeah, I was just
So
talking about how we saw him after. Wasn't did he speak at that first rally after Trump was shot
yeah,
at, and he ripped off the shirt?
yeah, absolutely. So I
Incredible.
was like crying.
Yeah, I know, I know. He was such an like institution. You know, when you look at these people like an Ozzy or Hulk, they're like these institutions. They feel like they're immortal. You know, obviously we know they die, but it's like how I feel when I was thinking about my grandparents when I was a kid. You think like, man, these people, they're forever. They're always here, and it's hard to think about them not being here. But he was such a big part of. I mean, I'm 40, so in the 90s, it was a huge part of my childhood. Now,
Yeah,
before
man.
you get to your story, I just want to share one quick thing. I just got a message from a
Sure.
friend who said, "Where would we be as a country if the Hulkster hadn't stopped that turncoat Sergeant Slaughter and the Iraqis from invading the USA at WrestleMania 7?" I shudder to think.
Yeah, a different timeline.
Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, shout out to Hulk Hogan and prayers to his family. But what's going on, man?
Yeah, yeah. I had an axe to grind as a Chilean.
Perfect.
Instead of my wife is nagging at me. He's like, "Come on, let it go." It's like I don't know. 2 weeks ago, you talked about this young man who was traveling from Chile to Antarctica. You remember that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I literally sent you guys like through X like a badge from the Antarctica Air Base. I don't know if you saw that. Maybe you missed it. If you saw your X, I put it up there.
What's
But
you what
it's a badge from the
trying to say?
actual military base
Okay.
of the Antarctica,
Okay.
Chilean Antarctica, because we have a little slice of it.
Okay.
And the fact that I'm going to be very quick about this. The guy said he was traveling from Chile to Argentina,
Mm-hmm.
and he lied about it, right?
Mm.
So if you lie in your flight plan and you go into a military base, what would normally happen is you get shut down. You can't have weapons in Antarctica, but he was in the dead of winter with a Cessna plane, a one engine, trying to land in Antarctica. That was like nuts. And the Chilean Air Force had to get their personnel out to like try to save the guy.
Okay.
So you painted it out as like, okay, I remember that guy that comes on here that there's a secret base from the Hitler. This is hilarious.
Yes.
Anyways,
Sergeant Payton.
Sarge.
well, I have 3 family members that have lived in that base, so I can. None of them speak German, by the way.
That you
So
know of.
maybe we can rule that out. But I just wanted to. I'm really glad that I just really wanted to say this to you guys. And in terms of like story time sort of things,
Yeah.
there's tons of things that I've seen in my life that are unknown. Like from my earliest in the 80s, right
Mm-hmm.
here in Chile, and my parents being in the Air Force.
Mm.
There's always been comments and it used to be hush hush about that, but then it became normalized that yeah, there's just shit. I'm sorry,
It's all good.
things that that we can't. My my nieces. Well, all my family's in the Air Force,
Mhm.
so they always have stories like they've seen it, and they say, okay, we can't talk about it, and the Chilean Air Force created like a section to register everything they've got,
Hmm.
and there's so much stuff they can't just not identify.
Hmm.
So it's not like these are prepared air pilots, and we've got F-16s here in Chile that we bought from you guys,
Mhm.
and there's things that they can see when they're doing their training that they're like they're now obliged to report it. That's a good thing, right? Now, before it was mocked or frowned upon, but now it's like, yeah, we got a bogey here, and they reported and registered. And actually, within the Chilean Air Force, they created a unit that is in charge of registering everything and reporting it back to the president and our local intelligence officers.
That's great.
So that my opinion in regards to all of these things that we're seeing, and then this is because I don't want to hog the time, and I'm so happy that I finally got to get to you guys.
You're fine, man. Take your time.
But, man, you got a great show.
Thank you.
I think that personally we're seeing things. There's two possible explanations, you guys say. One thing is that there's really advanced technology, most likely from you guys, that is being deployed and testing it to test the capabilities of foreign countries in terms of seeing how can you engage with it. If you can engage with it, okay, you got the upper hand. But there are other things like that's like the normal thing, like what you see. There's this other guy with the balls around the plane disappearing, which was, I don't know, you saw that thing from
Ashton,
from Tim the Culture. Yeah, that was really interesting. I mean, that is creepy. But besides that, which is like taking technology that's way beyond what we know, there's this other thing which is in my personal opinion, demonic. Right? So when people get influenced, when people feel like abductions, when people do things, I don't want to be very explicit, but when you saw that guy in Russia grabbing a child and throwing him to the ground and then huddling in a corner, not knowing what he had done. I think we're at a stage like with there's lots of demonic things going on, right? So I don't want to sound conspiratorial, but I think there's things that are going on beyond our comprehension, and we just have to trust in God that we'll get through this. But I won't say anymore, but I really appreciate the time you've given me. I hope to call back again. I have more stories.
Well, before you go, if you have a few minutes, I just want to ask you like a few things about if you've heard any of like details from the stories from the pilots that have been reported. Like, are they in the news or things you've heard through family of what they've seen?
No, normally my family members are pilots, F-16 pilots here in Chile. And they were doing like actually one plane fell down trying to avoid. He thought it was going to be a near collision, and he messed up. Like he thought he was going to die, and he pulled. Right, so he thought he was going to crash into something that wasn't. It was so fast that he thought it was in his face, and he pulled the lever and ejected, and the plane fell down, and he thought he was going to die. And the people on the ground had radar, so they didn't court-martial him because there was enough evidence to say, hey, shit, this pilot actually had an object crossing, which wasn't it was going beyond the normal speed. It was going straight on, and he decided to pull and recover. Of course, you know how much an F-16 costs. And so he got court-martialed, but they said he got off because there was evidence that actually there was something they couldn't understand. It was the right protocol to do to save his life, to pull and get out. Right. Wow. So we're a small country, and F-16 is a shit ton of money. But imagine that they say that was a close encounter, and we I'm telling you this probably. There's not a lot of people that are married to people who fly F-16 here in Chile, so I'm going to get into trouble. But So the fact is that these things happen, and sometimes they're near hit collisions, like the video you showed the other day. The thing, I thought that was space stuff coming down, not a. I don't know. Anyways, but there's things that in Chile we register everything. We're very transparent about it. We're over this thing that, oh, it's ridiculous. No, say we can't control it. It's here, and we'll be going to be transparent about it. But and the thing is that there's something there. There's absolutely something there, and of course never trust your government, like they say. But the fact is that I can tell you from really close. It's not firsthand, but people that literally were who have almost died. I've been with them in barbecues, and they almost lost their jobs over these stuff. And he didn't, because there was enough evidence to show that he wasn't guilty of it. Like, he wasn't like freaking out of like, hey, I bailed out because of a balloon. No, there was actually radar confirmation that there was an object that was in collision course to his F-16. He had to pull out or die. It didn't crash with him, which was weird, because it was actually in collision course. They said like it was coming straight for him, and then like it changed course like in a fraction of a second. But he bailed. So
right.
There's stuff there's a lot of that stuff that's being hidden because it doesn't look good in the public eye. But just tell you a story that we are facing things that are beyond our comprehension. Maybe it's military S-grade things that are being tested against. I'm saying against other countries, but you're testing it really against your prior technology. Maybe say, oh, the F-16s we sold to Turkey. What if we use this technology? Will it be effective against them? Yeah, and then they go, oh, holy yes, we almost killed this Chilean pilot. Yeah, it works.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's where my gut is with a lot of this stuff too. That's crazy. Well, I really appreciate you calling in. Please do call back. I'd like to talk more about what's going on in Chile and stories you've got and heard about.
Yeah, absolutely. If you don't hear from me again, I say I never want to commit suicide.
We heard you loud and clear, bud.
Everyone heard it just now. Well, thanks for calling in, man. Be safe out there.
Take care, man.
Later.